there's the chicken. Look at this. And it's just tender. Oh my God, it's so good. Here is a very simple, very versatile, and something that you can put in the fridge and eat over and over again. It's a vegetable dish, it's vegan. I love cooking this one and put it in the fridge. You can flavor different things. Oh my God, there's so much to tell you about this, but it's so simple. So I'm gonna go through it and start making it, and we'll talk about it as we go, okay? So simple ingredients, we've got leeks, we've got celery, we've got broccoli. I almost call that carrots. We've got carrots too. We've got half of an eggplant. We also have half of a zucchini, which I've already cut, okay? And cauliflower. I love cauliflower. Some people don't love cauliflower, but I think by the end of this dish, if you make it for yourself, you will love it. And the broccolis and all of these things. You know, actually as a child, I used to hate eggplants. Now I love them because I learned how to cook them. All right, so we're gonna take these things out and we're gonna start making this dish, okay? And the key about this dish is that we wanna make it so that the vegetables end up being something that you can do, eat like a meat, like chicken wings or something like that, or you can use it as vegetables. So there's going to be seasoning, right? Seasoning is going to have yogurt in it. That's going to help the vegetables get the texture inside, as well as carry all the seasoning into the vegetables. So that's the yogurt. So I'm going to put this away. We're going to use a little bit of lemon also to help that process, as well as to add flavor. We're going to use saffron because today we're using a Persian flavor because it's very simple, very delicious. And I want you to feel that you can do it. It's easy, you can do it yourself, and then as you get more adventurous, go with different flavors. You can go all around the world. You can go Indian flavors, you can go Thai flavors, you can go Spanish, you can go anything you want. And all it is that you're gonna need the yogurt and the rest of your seasoning, and you'll see when I add this, you just add the other stuff. Okay, let's get going here. I've already pre-cut some vegetables from the other stuff. It's you want your cauliflower to be about this size, okay? And all you do to get that done, you break off your cauliflower, break it off again. Is that hard? Should I show you again? All right, break off your cauliflower, break it again. And if you get to a piece like this and you want to use a knife, okay, don't be afraid. Cut it through the stem, through the stalk here, and then you'll throw it in. All right, so we'll do the rest of the cauliflower like that, okay? Because it's so hard, I gotta do this. Oh, I can't stop laughing about this stuff. All right, dump that in there, okay? You could actually eat these parts too. In this case, I'm gonna just cut it in half and throw it in there. If nothing else, it's just gonna add flavor. The carrots, we don't want them too thick because they don't carry a lot of flavor. They have their own sweetness, but they're not going to have all the pores that broccoli or cauliflower have to be seasoned. So we're just going to cut the ends off, okay? And then just do a little slant cut, okay? You can do the carrots one at a time if you're not comfortable with handling a knife like that, or you can do them all at once like that, okay? And then the broccoli, same thing, throw it in there. Ah, isn't this so hard? Really, guys? make it smaller, whatever you like. The key is that it's what you're gonna love to eat. If you can't have broccolis, you want to use different vegetables, you can even throw root vegetables in here. There's nothing wrong with that. The thing about this is that this is actually a keto vegan recipe. Okay? Now, I don't like to throw away the stalks of broccoli. I just take the skin off. Okay? Yeah, the skin's quite thick, so you don't end up with a lot, and put the rest in there. Okay, so the eggplant, sometimes I leave this piece on just for show, but it's not really edible, so I take it off. Now, when I peel the eggplant, you can peel it with a peeler. Do not do dangerous things like this at home. All right, leave that to the professionals. I like to leave some skin on, like this, okay? Because it gives it structure, you can see it a little bit when you cook it, and it doesn't become all mush. Okay, so we're gonna cut this also to about the same sizes, also at an angle, okay? You can use different kinds of eggplants, the Japanese eggplants. As long as you get the same sizes, it's all good. All right, just a little bit of celery. If you don't have celery, don't worry about it. I just like to have a little bit of celery in my veggies. Might be the training as a chef. Mirepoix always has some celery usually. All right, and this is from, I think this was actually from the cauliflower. It's a little too big. I'm gonna cut it in half and throw it in there. Okay, that's it for your veggies. That's it. Was that hard? No? All right, good. And now for the marinade, we're going to use onions, leeks, and you can see I've already done some. We're going to use onions, leeks, and a little bit of carrots, and that's pretty much it. And then all these seasonings. So that's going to be pretty quick here. Okay. So onions, I'm just going to go little circle cuts. Okay, half circle cuts. This is all going to go in the oven, so what's important is the shape of your main vegetables, not so much the marinade. This is all going to be in the marinade, but and then in the oven, of course, but you're not going to really see a lot of that stuff. We're going to see all of that. Okay, so the leeks. I like to cut leeks by cutting them in thirds first, just to speed up the process. All right. I'm actually going to transfer these into a bigger bowl now. But before I do that, in that bigger bowl, I'm going to mix all these things. Okay? Now, here's the trick. You've got vegetables. You're going to have your liquid marinade to go inside all the vegetables. But if you just leave it like that, everything's going to drain out. So we're going to have to put it in the fridge. But before we do that, we're going to also want something on the vegetables that make them nice and crispy on top when you want to eat it. A little bit of caramelization at least, because once you put it in the fridge, the crispiness goes away, but you want that flavor of caramelization. My mouth is watering already. So we're gonna have some coconut oil. You can use avocado oil or olive oil, but I'm gonna have that here. That doesn't go inside the marinade. That's important, okay? What goes inside the marinade is your yogurt. I'm using coconut yogurt. If you're not fussed about, if you're vegan, of course, you're gonna use, or vegetarian, you're gonna use coconut yogurt. In my case, if you're allergic to it, you're going to use coconut yogurt. Use a good amount of salt. So I'm putting a good, approximately a tablespoon of salt in here for all those vegetables, because they need to taste good. Okay. Also a good amount of pepper, about a teaspoon. Okay. So that's looking pretty good already. All right. We're going to squeeze the lemon in there. And here's a trick when you're marinating anything with a lemon that's gonna just marinate for a while. There's a lot of flavor in the skin, okay? And there's a lot of flavor still left in here. Dump it in your marinade, okay? So that's already good. The last ingredient is saffron, which is a Persian and Spanish and other things, but this one's a Persian saffron. What we're gonna do with this is put it in a mortar and pestle and grind it with a little bit of sugar. Saffron is the inside the flower petals. There's the two little things. They take that, they dry it, and they provide us to us for this wonderful aroma, color, and flavor. So what we do is we grind that. The sugar, I'm using Lakanto sugar here so we can keep this keto. I am keto right now because I want to lose weight, but I want to eat healthy. I can't eat cheese and dairy and eggs, so I don't have a choice. So I've made it a mission to come up with a lot of keto vegan recipes, and this is one of them. Okay, so as we grind this more and more with the sugar, basically turns into a nice powder. Okay, and then what we do is we're gonna put hot water in this, and we'll come back to it later when it's brewing like hot tea. Okay. All right, I got the water inside the saffron. I just added hot water right into there. And I'm just gonna mix it. Notice how nice and red the color it gets. And it's just gonna brew like tea for now, okay? Not very long. So while it's doing that, I'm just gonna mix this a little bit, okay? So that the flavors in the rest of the marinade are mixed. I'm gonna clear this out because I need to work with this bowl. All right. Vegetables are good for you. We're done with the knife. All right. So now we're going to add the saffron. It's beautifully brewed. It doesn't take long when you add hot water. You could actually make a bunch of saffron like this, put it in a small bottle, put it in the fridge for up to 2 or 3 weeks and use a little bit at a time. It's wonderful. Okay, it's gonna add a yellowish color also to our vegetables. Notice how it is now nice and runny. Okay, and I'm just gonna smell it. It needs a little bit more salt. That's one of the tricks to cooking, is even before it's cooked, you can smell the difference when you've got enough seasoning. Okay, you can smell the difference when you've got enough seasoning by just adding more seasoning, mixing it, and smelling it. It's almost there. It needs a little bit more pepper. And I want this to be really well seasoned and a little bit more salt. Because if it's not, then your vegetables won't taste that good. So start well, be patient, make sure you smell it. Now we're talking. Okay, I feel like adding more salt, but we'll check that again after we add the other aromatics. So now we add all of this in there. There's a couple of carrots in there, don't mind those. Remember, the onions and the leeks are part of the seasoning. They're not necessarily part of the vegetables themselves. So that's why we cut them smaller, and we're actually mixing them into the marinade. Okay, so they're going to flavor the marinade. Okay, all right, look at this. Starting to get nice and colorful. Look at all this. Oh my God, this is so good. I can't wait to eat this. All right, I like to make loud noises. All right, so we've got our vegetables here. We've got our marinade. We start by putting just our onions and leeks on there. giving it a bit of mix, okay? That way, it's starting to add flavor to all the vegetables, okay? These are the important steps. Just throw the lemon, the half lemon in there as well. You can use up to a whole lemon in this if you want. Okay, some more of this. Okay, and then mix a little bit more. Notice how the color hasn't changed that much yet, but it's starting to, right? It's starting to just slowly seep in. So add the rest. So this is important. You want it to go slowly. You don't want to just dump everything and then mix everything all at once. You want to go slowly and mix and slowly and mix. Look at the color of the saffron in there. It's amazing. It's just beautiful yellow. All right, I'm gonna get my hands in there and just mix it. Notice how things are just getting nice and yellow. Just rub it all in there. Okay. Flavor, flavor, flavor. You want your food to taste good, so you want to eat it. But you don't have to have unhealthy food. You can have beautiful, healthy food that looks good, it's gonna taste amazing, and you can eat it without guilt. Now, the last step is we're gonna seal everything with some oil, in this case, coconut oil. All right, so I'm just gonna pour it slowly all over everything. Okay, and I'm gonna give it another good mix. All right. All right. I've got my oven preheated to 425 degrees Fahrenheit already. And if you haven't, do that now. Or do it about 20 minutes before you want to cook this, because this has to go in the fridge. You want everything to settle into the vegetables. You want them to marinate for a little while. And more importantly, you want the oil all over the vegetables to solidify. When we go back into the oven, that oil is going to start to melt first. It's going to start to do its job to caramelize the outside of the vegetables, while the rest of the vegetables get to just the perfect doneness, but not too much. This is different from grilled vegetables. This is different from roast vegetables in that way. That's why we call it golden brown, medium rare vegetables, because it's like meat, but it's vegetables and it's good. All right, I'm just gonna wash my hands, stick this in the fridge, and we'll be back. Awesome, welcome back, because we've got these veggies right out of the fridge. Notice how they're all coated and a little bit with a little bit of a solidified coconut oil, and they are awesome. There isn't really much to say here other than let's get them in a sheet pan and into the oven, right? Look at this. It's just beautiful. That's exactly what we wanted, which is well marinated vegetables. You can leave these vegetables, by the way, in the oven. This was just a couple of hours of marinating, and I put the lemon right in there as well. Just a couple of hours of marinating, and it's gonna taste great. You can leave this in the fridge for up to a week and just cook bits and pieces of it if you want, or you can cook it all and put it in the fridge. That's it. Into the oven we go. The oven's nice and hot, and that's important because we want to make sure that it cooks fast. It's like grilling meat. You want to hit it hard, hit it high, and get that caramelization on the outside. We'll see you in about 20 minutes maximum, I think, when that's ready, and we'll see how that tastes. We're actually going to put it in sandwiches this time. All right, I'm so excited. I wish you were here. You could smell the vegetables that are just finished off in the oven. I wish you had smell-o-vision. Oh my God, I can't wait. Let's get these things out of the oven and see what they look like. Oh my gosh, this is so good. All right, I'm gonna turn off the oven now. Look at this. Look at these vegetables. Look at all the little caramelization all over the place. Look at how, you know, they're not too soft, Look at this. They're nice and medium rare. And they've got all the flavor on the inside. Okay, I gotta eat one of these things. I don't know, I'm talking, but I really want to eat. Wish me luck because it might be too hot. You guys go have a drink while I enjoy. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Oh my god. Now, you can grab a spatula and mix these around a little bit because the bottom will be a little bit more brown, okay? But this is pretty good. You just want to let it sit and, oh, that was so good. You know what's good also is the leek. Now you gotta stop eating. Okay, let's move on to the sandwich part. We're gonna put these inside a sandwich. And it's gonna be very quick. Now the challenge is a lot of you, like me, are gluten-free or dairy-free or egg-free, and it's hard to find things that actually have the ingredients that you want or don't have the ingredients that you don't want. We've got a couple of options here. The most versatile one are rice cakes, and I know you're thinking those big fat, really, I don't know, I don't like to eat those. They get my mouth all dried up and stuff. But I like these thin ones. These round ones are really good. There are also these square ones. So I'll show you both. Okay, they come perfectly wrapped twice so that they're always fresh. And I just cut it like this with a knife so I can get a couple pieces out. As always, I like to make a mess while I work and eat. So crunchy and so tasty. All right, let's make a sandwich. There we go. We're gonna take these two and we're gonna pretend we're in Subway because a lot of people eat at Subway. I'm not saying Subway is bad, but if you cannot eat what Subway has to offer, you gotta make your own things, okay? Let's do that. And stop eating tonight. All right, we've got here your vegetables, so pretend I'm asking you, what would you like? I would like some cheese on mine. We've got some cashew cheese. This has, there's a recipe on Siman's Cuisine for this. It's just cashews, water, nutritional yeast, salt, lemon juice. And I like to actually add trace minerals to this because most people have you drink the trace minerals either with water or by itself. Oh my God, it's like gargling seawater. You don't taste it in this. This is awesome. So we're just gonna put a little bit of that on here. Pretend we're in Subway. Okay, pull out your best Subway cooking skills. Now we made some chicken breast that was perfectly seasoned and perfectly cooked, nice and tender. Okay, we're gonna put a little bit of that on here because I know the person who's gonna taste this loves chicken breast, especially when they used to go to Subway. Okay, just gonna put a little bit of that on here. And then I'm gonna get a better knife. While you're at it, take 2 knives, okay? And this person likes to have pretty much all the fixings. We're gonna start with avocado. Okay, just put a few slices of avocado on there. Okay. Nice and easy. If you're not comfortable cutting avocados like that, you can pre-cut them. There's nothing wrong with doing that. Okay, so there's avocados, and this person loves tomatoes. So we'll probably don't need all of these tomatoes. We'll cut up some tomatoes here. We use this knife that doesn't have avocados on it. I like these tomatoes this time of the year because they're sweetest at this time, okay? My recommendation on what type of tomatoes to use the ones that taste best in the season you're buying them. I always eat as you cook because why not? Don't put your hands inside your mouth though, that's not good. We're gonna put a little bit of dill pickles, okay? This is gonna be a massive sandwich. because this person likes a lot of stuff on there. We've got vegetables and we've got vegetables. Let's call this the meat because this really is like meat. All right, these are the vegetables, these are the meats. All right, so what kind of meats would you like? Oh, I like this one, and that one. Oh, good for you. This is awesome because we've got awesome eggplants here. Oh, I want to eat this before I even put it on here. And this other one here that he asked for, we won't tell him it's broccoli. We're gonna tell him it's meat. It's good stuff. Why not just add a little bit of the onions and the good stuff from the marinade, the leeks and good stuff. All right, okay, I'm getting hungry. All right, so the person said, I want some olives, some peppers, and so let's do that. I'm gonna do it Subway style. Let's put a little few on there, not a lot. And put a few of the peppers. Would you like some cucumbers? Absolutely, but I can't fit them on there. Have you ever done that at Subway? I asked for so many things back before I couldn't eat this stuff, and especially the bread and things like that. Just loaded it up with all the stuff I liked. And they would be doing this because they couldn't fit anymore. All right, and would you like some lettuce? I like to use actually salad greens. Oh, absolutely, we need lettuce. All right, and some of you are going, what? No, we just need all the meat. That's good too. Would you like some more? I have to eat this stuff, it's so good. Would you like some more sauce on that? Absolutely. All right, let's do that. Should I even put this on? I mean, look at this beauty. Just look at it. Okay, there you go, sir. There's your sandwich. Good luck putting that in your mouth, just like most Subway sandwiches that I ordered. But you can actually squish this down when you eat it. All right. And then it starts to ooze out like most Subway sandwiches I eat. I'll stop saying that now and then go away and eat at it. But you need to hold it like this, okay? Otherwise it's just gonna crunch and everything's gonna go everywhere. So you just hold it like this and you just keep going at it. Thank you for joining us on Saman's Cuisine today, where we engineer happy diets and flavors that cure. See you next time.